All right, bear with us, folks. We are excited to start Cage Wars 57 here at Rivers Casino and Resort in Schenectady. There we go. Feels good to be home. You know, we were in Philadelphia last time. You know, being back in Schenectady just feels right.
Well, I would agree with that, and I'm so excited to be partnered up and sitting alongside you, Will. It's an honor and a privilege, as always, to sort of bring, I guess, sort of a layman's or an everyman's perspective to Cage Wars. You're the true expert and the true professional here. I just like sitting next to you watching fights on Fight Night, baby.
You can't beat it. St. Patrick's Day Friday night fights. You cannot beat the electricity, the energy in the casino tonight. It's going to be an absolute night of fireworks.
Yeah, absolutely. And just let's do a little talk back for our crew, because I know they can hear us. We'll work out some of the kinks. We're getting all the ancillary noise in our headphones, so if there's a way to kind of combat that, that would be great. But Will, we're getting set for 14 fights, and we've got 5 on our main card, 3 of them for titles here tonight at Cage Wars 57.
You know, it's really exciting to have these 14 fights. They're all going to be competitive. We have a lot of new faces here tonight. We've got athletes coming in from Puerto Rico. We've got a bunch of athletes coming in from Burlington, Vermont, from places that we've not seen before. So, you know, again, these athletes are traveling to express themselves in this cage, on this platform, because of the competition, because of where it can lead to from here.
Absolutely, and it's always exciting when we have our local fighters, because they bring a different energy. They bring fans with them. Anybody in particular on the card from the Capital Region, our hometown, that you're particularly looking forward to tonight?
Right now, the Jake Cervantes-Rob Angelo fight is going to be fireworks. Both these guys come from local schools, Jucal being right down the street, Cervantes being from Brian Bury and Waterville. They're bringing 6 guys. Jucal's bringing 2 guys. They bring a crowd. It's going to be just fireworks.
And his opponent making his way to the red corner, Chris Payne Spain.
Chris Spain, 0-0 out of Brian Bury Jiu-Jitsu. You know, his teammates were really excited that he was able to get on this card. He was a late addition to the card. And, you know, you and I have had conversations in the past, and you asked about kind of the process of vetting these athletes. Coach Brian Bury is not going to let these guys and girls into this cage unless they are very prepared. So 0-0 or not, I really expect this young man to bring some technique to the cage.
And that's one of the things that I always try to ask is, tell me a little something about an 0-0 fighter, which is not an easy thing to do, but you know if they're coming from the Brian Bury Jiu-Jitsu School.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest of the evening, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's representing Combat Fitness Mixed Martial Arts out of Burlington, Vermont, Kyle Howell. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, representing Brian Bury Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Waterville, New York, Chris Payne Spain. The man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Laszlo Huve.
Both these guys bringing a crowd, even from Vermont. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Vermont certainly travels well, and they're pretty rich entrenched in the fight game.
They really are. Before it was legal in New York, Burlington was kind of a hot spot for the Northeast. They'd have some Canadians come down, some guys from Maine, some guys from New York would cross over. So it's nice to see that kind of reignited.
Fight night, baby. Let's do this on St. Patrick's Day.
Kyle Howell looking to press the action. Kyle in the blue, calling him. Oh, we got an issue with the shin guards. And again, for the folks at home that might not be aware, when you see the shin guards on these athletes, it is a novice rules competition, so they have less than 3 fights. The major difference is if you go to the ground, there is no ground and pound to the face, and of course you do see the shin guards. Kyle Howell really wanting to push this pace. Nice reversal by Chris Spain. Howell trying to pull him into his guard. You hear his corner saying, settle down, breathe, establish your position. Great corner work by Bury team.
And that's really that's ultimately what you have to settle into is your composure when you're down on the ground like this. You don't want it to be crazy and frenetic, but it appears as though we're going to.
Well, you've got to establish a position before you can really transition or attack. So it was smart cornering, and both these young guys are looking to really bring it. Both looking like they got the dog in them.
And you remember what it's like being in the cage for the very first time. Your nerves, right? Energy's racing, heart's probably pounding. You can see that they're kind of settling in right now.
It is, but both these guys have a lot of teammates on this card tonight, which means there's been a lot of training and preparation in those rooms. So these guys are very well prepared, and it's showing.
And Spain just wound up, and it looks like he connected.
Chris got him against the cage, slowing the action down a little bit. Looks like he's got a body lock, looking to throw those knees to the thigh. Chris digging that underhook on the right side.
You never know what you're going to get, obviously, when you've got guys in the cage for the first time, but eyeballing it looks like it's a pretty evenly matched.
It definitely is. Kyle Howell seems to be the one to want to make it a little bit more ugly and pressure-filled. Spain a little bit more composed, on top right now.
Hard to see if...
Looking to pass that half guard. Calling for the mount. Easier said than done, of course. Especially once you're up against that cage, to clear that left leg over your opponent's leg, there's got to be enough room between your opponent and that cage.
Looks like Howell has a pretty decent grip on him there.
He does, and he's just trying to stifle him at this point, stop him from transitioning to mount. You see him pushing that right leg down, trying to bring his left leg up to establish guard, and he does.
And Spain's got about 30 seconds to do some damage here. In what has been a relatively even round up until this point, but now you have to look at the ground control.
Yep, time control, pressure, who might have done more damage in the judge's eyes.
And also you pointed out, too, at the beginning, because it's novice, there is no ground and pound strikes. So if you're
to the face. You can ground and pound to the body. Final 10 seconds. Going to end with Spain on top. And again, sometimes the judges, they may remember that last minute more than the first 2 minutes. So they may not remember Howell pressuring as much and just remember Spain on top when it went to the ground those times.
Very advantageous for Spain, the way he closed round number 1. Partner, I'm happy we're back. I missed you in
I'm thrilled.
Philly.
I'm sorry that you were not in Philly. I hope you can join me next time.
Listen, I always want to take the road trips. Wherever Cage Wars goes, I want to go too, and definitely that.
I found the best fried chicken spot I've ever eaten in Philly.
Before even cheesesteaks?
I'm telling you, it was the best, and it was in a gas station. You'd never believe it. I looked up the reviews. They ran out I'm telling you, when you go to Philly, we're going to the Hood gas station. We're getting fried chicken.
That is the most Philly thing that I've ever heard.
There was a shooting in the parking lot like 2 days before, but that chicken was damn good. Here we go, round 2.
All right.
We're going. Luke Oil gas station, Philly. It's about 0.2 miles from the hotel.
I'm going to Gino Steaks. You go to the gas station. How's that?
I'll do both.
I'll do both, sure. Did you have a cheesesteak while you were in Philly?
I did.
We'll have to talk. Yeah, we'll have to talk to you a little bit about that. All right, set for round number 2. Good opening round for Spain as we get set here at Cage Wars. Thank you all for watching on Stimulus.com. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, we appreciate each and every one of you. Fight night here.
And thank you, Rivers Casino, for partnering with us and putting on such a great show. Great employees, great service. Just a great place to be for the fans and fighters alike.
Howell is dangerous. Howell's got his punches may not come out quick. He's a little bit methodical, but I think he packs a little bit of a thud.
And he's willing to stand there. He's got the high guard with the hands. He's willing to stand there to throw and take. Spain has got to be careful with the chin up coming in. Really attacking the inside leg of Spain.
And what I like, too, for their first time in the cage, both guys are really trying to employ a variety of tactics here. They're not just sticking to one thing.
Oh, nice knee by Howell.
Very
Excellent
nice.
use of that clinch. Framing with that right forearm. Nice knee again. They will take the life out of you.
He's landed
3
4
of
in
them.
succession.
Now he's got the neck. Can he take it? Can Spain defend that guillotine against the cage? Knee to the thighs. Just be careful with the groin. Howell really looking dominant. He's got that guillotine in. Can Spain defend it? Spain's getting his back off the cage, which is smart. Nice job fighting the hands.
How difficult is that to get the guillotine in a standing situation
If you're
like
against
that?
the cage, it's easier. And Spain did the right thing, circling off of the cage. Looking for that leg, bringing it to the ground. Again, Howell thinks he's got something going with his neck. It's going to be hard to finish him from that position.
Minute and 40 left to go in round number 2.
Halfway through. Again, Howell is more aggressive, but when the judges see it go to the ground, Spain ends up on top. So are they viewing this as control time?
I would say in this situation, the context of this round, yes, I would. Wouldn't you?
I would, but at the same time, he's not necessarily advancing. He's not attacking submissions. He's not ground and pound of the body. A little bit there. So, again, it's interesting to see how the judges kind of interpret this round. 1 minute to go.
See if Spain can get back to his feet here.
Howell's looking to get back to the feet, trying to roll Spain. Spain does a good job staying on top and mount. Howell keeping his composure, though, doing a nice job trying to roll out of it. Good job by Howell.
Oh, I don't know where that punch landed, but...
You know, at this point, just keep your opponent down, land some ground and pound.
And if you're Spain, don't you need to lift the legs, be a little aggressive? I mean...
Get to a hip, but at the same time, I mean, he's...
What is this?
Oh, looking for a knee bar.
Wow.
Looking for a straight knee bar.
Wow.
Oh.
He's going to get it.
Can he finish it? Oh. Can he finish? Oh, Spain doing a good job defending. 10 seconds left.
Doesn't look like he's in danger right now. He was,
Spain
though.
Fighting. Oh, he was. That was an excellent job again, keeping his composure.
This is a great opening fight. This is exciting.
Both these guys do not perform like 0-0 athletes.
No. You know, hey, listen, we may not see the most technically skilled, but there's maneuvers happening. We're going for things. They're giving it a shot. I appreciate what I've seen in the first 2 rounds.
This is our third and final round.
And again, both of them keep their composure really well when they're in bad positions, showing that the volume of training and the experience is there.
So this is where I like to watch Brian Bury, because we know how he is with his fighters. There's always a strong connection. He's got a tired fighter that won round 1, probably lost round 2. What do you think he's saying to him now?
Be aggressive, you know, hunt for a submission and show me ground and pound. I think he needs to ground and pound of the body once he's there as opposed to just controlling.
I think it's a pretty safe bet at this point. We've got a 1-1 round. We'll settle it in the next 3 minutes, our opening fight here at Cage Wars 57 at Rivers in Schenectady on Stimulus.com. We appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much. Alongside the great Will Barry, my name is Brian Cody. Thanks for joining us. 3rd round, first fight. We got 14 total, 3 title fights tonight. Still plenty of time.
And if you look, Spain's shin guard is to the left. Ooh. He doesn't even care. He just wants to fight.
Looked like Howell in a nice strike early in this round. Nice right.
Spain trying to catch him on the way in. Ooh. Nice right hand. Looking for that takedown, grabbing that right leg. Howell pulling guard, looking for that neck, trying to sneak in that guillotine. Trying to get that left arm in. He's got him locked up. Spain thinks he has something with the guillotine standing in on the ground, but Spain's done a nice job defending.
I kind of think this could be a good position for Spain.
Spain on top, looking to put some shoulder pressure on Howell, maybe trying to pass that guard, half guard.
Somebody's busted up pretty good, too. It looks like somebody's nose.
Looks like Howell's nose, yep. And Spain hit him with a few on the way in the beginning of the round.
Well, this is important for Spain here because he probably lost round number 2, and he's...
And Howell is starting to look a little bit more tired at this point. You know, he's not using that body lock to try to sweep roll. Oop. And as I say it, he does it. He's getting to that right hip, trying to shrimp out. But again, you notice Spain has that right arm caught between his legs. Oop. Going for that knee bar again, it looks like. Attacking that leg. Ending up on top. Right now, this final minute could determine this fight.
Howell has some skill.
He does.
Yeah, Howell's got some skill. He's been, you know, he's obviously he's done plenty of grappling. He's been down this road before.
They both have. You know, these are not two gentlemen that are not proficient with grappling.
Very interesting. Less than a minute to go in the round, and if Howell is able to land some ground and pound body strikes at least here.
And if he's able to pass this guard, end inside mount, something, you know, attacking the submissions. There we go. Nice job getting to that right hip. Looking to attack that left arm.
Spain looks exhausted. He can't just lay there either. He's got to kick out aggressively.
He's trying to. He's trying to get to that hip. But again, it's tough when they're isolating that opposite arm.
Very nice. Oh, he
Less
almost
than 30 seconds. Kyle Howell still on top and mount.
And if you're Howell right now, you just want to land. You want to land something in the last 10 or 15 seconds. He doesn't appear to be at least attempting any ground strikes. I realize it's limited. You can't ground strike to the face.
But again, just, you know, the judges, so that they can see some damage, so they can see these things. End of that third round, it's going to go to the decision, Brian.
Well, I'll tell you, if the first 2 rounds were a split, this is a tough round to score.
It really is. You know, I think Howell pulled that third round out, so it depends how they judge that second round.
Either way, though, a lot to improve on. This was their first time here in the cage, and we saw some pretty good stuff.
We did. And again, these are two athletes who I look forward to seeing with advanced rules. Without these shin guards, with full ground and pound.
All right. Two guys, their first time in the cage, and they were both well represented. I mean, listen, it's something to grow on. A loss at this stage means nothing. It's all about getting in there and gaining some experience.
You know, it's about becoming better, and both these athletes come in here very prepared, and I'm looking forward to seeing the continued evolution. Kyle Howell looks a little bit more confident with the decision coming up. You know, Spain looks to be second-guessing it a little bit, but you never know.
And once we get the final scorecard from the judges, we'll throw it back up to Mike Falvo in the cage for the decision on our first of 14 fights tonight. Our main card features 5 fights, 3 of them title fights here at Rivers. Big weekend here in the Capital Region. St. Patrick's Day, March Madness down at MVP Arena. A sold-out Cage Wars here in Schenectady. Lots going on.
It's going to be exciting for sure. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official decision.
How about a nice round of applause for these two great fighters and one hell of an opening fight, ladies and gentlemen. And now after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. The judges have scored the fight 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for your winner by way of unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Kyle Howell.